va. Et s'il y a quelqu'un d'autre qui rentre. Alors, je disais merci à tous d'être là. Donc on a nos amis de 5+, Défi Média, Ion News, Top FM, Radio Plus, Le Mauricien, c'est très bien. Et on a aussi, notre cher ami de Maurice Info. Et on a aussi quelques graphic designers qui sont là, mais on a surtout un artiste qui est là aujourd'hui, Max, qui va se présenter tout à l'heure, et qui, pendant la présentation que va nous faire Ahmed, qui est aussi notre training manager, Max, lui, va vous faire un dessin en live. On appelle un live painting. Et vous allez découvrir, à la fin de la présentation, son dessin. Il faut aussi savoir que pendant qu'il va faire son dessin, vous allez voir son dessin par ici. Mais je vous conseillerais de regarder plutôt par là. Et puis, à la fin, vous allez voir ce que ça donne. Ahmed, who is our training manager, will start with a presentation of our new Huawei Matepad 11.5S, and then we go through Max. Thank you very much.
Thank you, João. So let me start by saying.
Here you are.
So let me start by saying that with mobile devices like tablets and smartphones getting more powerful by the day, it can do more than it used to be a few years ago, right? Tablet become a really unique form factor, right? It's not limited by how small the smartphone screen is, right? And also it's not as bulky and big as the laptop. So it's something between. It's a mobile device and it can do much more than it used to be. Now, speaking of tablets, we have the Matepad lineup from Huawei. So we introduced recently 2 products from this series. The Matepad SE usually is the entry level. That's a tablet it's affordable. It does most of the functions, like basic functions, for example, like if you're surfing the internet, multimedia, emails, maybe for kids also we have the kids edition. And then the Matepad series, which the product that we will introduce today is from the Matepad series. That's like all-rounder. It can work for art, it can work for office work, it can work also as all-rounder multimedia devices and general purposes. And then we have the flagship and the high-end are the Matepad Air and the Matepad Pro. This offers the best technology and the best features that Huawei has to offer in the Matepad series. So let me introduce to you today one of our newest products. It's a very interesting product. We'll go through the features that we are introducing to the market today, some of it for the first time. That's the Matepad 11.5S, okay? And the Matepad 11.5S here, from its name, so that comes with a display 11.5 inch, and it's completely made of metal, so a single piece of metal, right? You don't have antenna lines, so it's very premium, it's very durable, right? And also it's very compact. So the tablet here is 6.2 millimeter, right? So it's very slim or ultra slim, also very lightweight, 510 or 510 grams. So if you see the tablet here, it's very slim, as you can see, okay? And it's very lightweight. So the lightweight here, it's important because like if you are handling the tablet for a long time, a heavy device, you will get maybe pain in your hand, right? So being portable, being comfortable to hold for a long time, that's something important, especially because it's a big device, 11.5 inch. Now, if we move to the screen technology, and this is one of the top features of this tablet, we call it a paper mat. I'm sure you have seen the paper mat. What is paper mat? So if you see the display here when it's off, the display, the surface of the display, it's a matte finish. It's not glossy. Now, to put it in contrast with something else to show you the difference, that's a normal tablet here, okay? So the difference here between the 2 screens in the light, you see this one is as if I'm holding a mirror in my hand, right? So it's reflecting all the light, it's reflecting everything that's in front of it. While this one, in the same light condition, you see the difference here, right? So this screen eliminates 99% of the ambient light, and 60% of the reflection. So this means what? Meaning if you are using the tablet in a room like this with a bright light, right? You won't have that reflection that will interrupt your workflow. Also, people are using tablets or their devices outdoor. That will be a better experience that offers. We also offer, from the paper mat name, we offer like paper-like writing experience. So even though it's a matte finish, it's still a very soft. It's a touch screen, right? So it has to be soft. So this is not just anti-glare coating that you see on laptop. No, this is a matte finish. Sorry, this is a matte finish, and it's still very soft to the touch and very responsive. So speaking of the responsiveness of the display, you will see here that the display, it's really high resolution, 2.8K. That's on a 11.5 inch. That will offer a really great amount of details, right? It's very clear, it's very sharp. So watching videos or working on text or writing, all that will be clear enough and sharp with enough amount of details. And also this display supports 144 Hertz refresh rate. 144 Hertz refresh rate means what? Meaning that the animation, anything that moves on the display, it moves very smooth. Especially that we are targeting some of the targeted customers or targeted audience are artists, right? So any animation or any transition on the display, it will happen really smoothly. Also the display here being adaptive refresh rate, so it goes from 30 Hertz all the way to 144 Hertz. So when the screen is staying still like that, it will lower the screen will lower the refresh rate all the way down to 30 Hertz to save battery. So this is the display. Also the color reproduction on this display is very high and very accurate. So you will see here, for example, the P3 cinema level color gamut. So for artists, for people who do any creative work on a tablet, right, they will really care about the accuracy of colors, right? We see many photographers and cameras in front of me, right? So color accuracy, it's very important. So the screen that reproduces the color should reproduce accurate colors enough that match your camera or the camera that you're taking the photo with. So that's about the display. If we move on to another creative tool that we offer for Huawei, for the Matepad 11.5S and other tablets, is the M Pencil 3rd generation. So M Pencil 3rd generation is basically a digital pen/pencil, right? And that pencil here, it's really special because again, it's very responsive and very accurate in terms of pressure points. So if we look here at this slide, you will see that again it offers paper-like writing experience, drawing experience. You see Max here is using the M Pencil. He is drawing this draw here using the M Pencil right now, right? And the M Pencil here has up to 10,000 points or 10,000 levels of pressure. What I mean by that? So if I do like a quick demonstration here, how accurate that pencil is, and you will, of course, you will experience it after the presentation for yourself to see how accurate and responsive it is. If I open the Go Paint here, that's the same app that Max is using right now, but just I will show you. Of course, my drawing and handwriting is terrible compared to Max, but I will just try my best, right? So I'm using a brush here that called gradient line. What I want to show you is the more pressure you apply, the deeper the ink will be. So for example, if I'm using it like this, you see, that's like a faded line. If I put a little bit of pressure, if I put more pressure, even more pressure, so you see, that's exactly imitating a real brush or a real pen, right? So that's what a 10,000 pressure level means. The more pressure you put on the pencil, the more ink or the more color it produces. So this will allow many things, like it will allow a lot of creative ideas. So for example, you see here, that's the application, the same application I'm showing you on. so you will get different shades of colors, different shades of art, right? This is something that will allow creative artists to achieve much more with a tool like this. And the best of all, this pencil, just to pair it to the tablet, you simply have to connect it like this, and you will get the battery level, and if it's not paired for the first time, it will just ask you to pair it, and that's it. So it's very simple, very easy to pair, and also charges directly from the tablet. Another accessory that comes with the tablet is the keyboard. So the keyboard here is simply a folio case. As you can see, that a case slash keyboard, right? When I put the tablet in it, so it's a magnet keyboard, so I put the tablet in it like that, right? And when I close it, as you can see here, it protects the front and the back of the tablet. But it's more than a case, of course, so it can work as a stand as well. So the first form factor, it has 3 different form factors, right? The first one would be as a laptop. So as I started my presentation, say that the tablet is a very versatile like a tool, right? You can use it with a touch screen, and also you can use it with a real keyboard if you have a lot of text to type, or you have something that involves a lot of writing, right? So that's the first form factor. You can use it as a keyboard. Again, you can simply attach it to each other, and then you'll get a notification you want to pair that keyboard. It will simply pair. There's no extra settings to go through. So that's the first form factor. The second form factor, I can detach the keyboard from the tablet, and I use it with the stand like that, and the keyboard is still connected. So for example, if you are having a table and you want to put the screen a little bit far from you, you can still detach it and use the keyboard. The third form factor that this case allows, just like how Max is using it, so I can tilt the back all the way to the top like this, and I put it like this, it will be elevated from the table, so I can just use the pencil for any writing or drawing. Okay, so these are the 3 form factors that keyboard allow you to do. Of course, that keyboard comes as part of the tablet. It's not for like it's sold separately, so you will get the box with the tablet and the keyboard as one bundle. Now moving on to another feature or a software feature. This is the Matepad 11.5S. Since it is targeting artists and creators, right? We offer like 2 main applications that are pre-installed applications. The first one is Huawei Note. So Huawei Note, basically what it does, it's a journal app or a digital journal app. So you would be able to take, for example, notes, to build a journal, to put stickers. You can also record voice notes while you are taking writing notes, and it will be synced with each other. So that's how Huawei Notes looks like, right? And you can start a journal here. Okay, you can of course choose the color of the paper, how the style of the paper, the lines, how big the lines are, right? And then you can start taking notes with, it's like a real pencil. Again, I would suggest or advise all of you to try the M Pencil for yourself in the display area after the presentation to see how accurate and how responsive it is. Again, paper-like writing experience. The Huawei Note also can take voice notes while you're typing, so while you're writing with the pencil. So now it's recording everything I'm saying. So for example, a meeting, you're recording a meeting, right? And also you want to take notes, so it will sync what you are writing and also what's recording at the same time. So that's Huawei Notes. The second application that it comes also pre-installed on that tablet is the Go Paint. So the Go Paint here is a very versatile artist or art app. Think of it as a digital art tool, right? So it has more than 100 brushes. As I showed you here, it has all these are categories of brushes. You have many effects. So no matter which style are you using, you will get a brush that will fit your style, right? You can of course control the opacity, you can control how big or how thick is the brush. You can also, for maybe some of you are familiar with Photoshop, right? So Photoshop has also the layers here, so you have different layers for the work that you do. You can even export it as a PSD to use it on another application, right? So all these, like that's how flexible the workflow from this app. The best thing about this app, that comes pre-installed. It's free, right? You don't have to use a third-party app. It comes with the tablet, and you can start using it right away without paying subscription or any paid fees for that app. Also, for Go Paint has gestures. For example, one of my favorite gestures here, if I want to apply a certain color to the whole background, right, I can change the color here, right, and I just simply drag it like this, and it will change the whole canvas background, right? And of course, you have the mini gestures here, like correcting the shape, right? Quick redo if you did something that you want to erase right away, you can use 3 fingers from top to bottom. So that's the creative part of the Matepad 11.5S. Also, for the sound experience here on such a tablet is very important, because you could be using it as a multimedia device, right? So this tablet comes with quad speakers, right? It's tuned by Hysten 9.0. It's an AI algorithm from Huawei to just tune the sound according to the content that is viewed. So for example, if you're doing a meeting, the sound or the speakers will amplify more the human voice. If you're watching a movie, it will amplify maybe like the effects in the movie to just show you a proper stereo channel. If you're doing music, so that it will focus on the instrument, on the human voice. So that's something that will offer you an immersive audio experience, no matter what content that you are using on the screen. So that's the audio experience. Also, another thing that will allow us to have such a high response or responsive rate on that pencil and the keyboard, it's a Huawei technology called Neuralink. So Neuralink is a Huawei technology. Think of it as the Bluetooth version, but the Huawei version of Bluetooth, right? So this, that pencil and the keyboard, it doesn't use Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. It uses a technology that's developed by Huawei. It's called Neuralink. So you, for example, if you look at the back of the pencil, you will see the logo for Neuralink. So Neuralink, the best way to illustrate it or describe it, if you think about Wi-Fi and Bluetooth are 2 lanes on the road, right? You will have Neuralink as a separate lane. And that means what? Meaning if you have too many devices around you connected via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, right? You won't get that interference with Neuralink. I share my personal experience here. When I use my wireless mouse and keyboard at home, right? I have a Wi-Fi antenna for my desktop, right? If I use the dongle, the USB that comes with the wireless and keyboard and mouse, I always get lag because the signal from the Wi-Fi antenna for the PC is always interfering. There's too many devices connected to 2 different channels, right? So I have to connect my mouse and keyboard to the same antenna for my desktop, all connected on the same channel to get the best performance, right? However, here, since this is a different band, like it's a different radio frequency than the Bluetooth and the Wi-Fi, you're getting no interruption. So it will always be responsive. It will always work as it should, no matter how many devices around you use Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. Of course, the tablets still use Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. It's just the Neuralink to allow this Huawei accessories to connect to the tablet. So that's the Neuralink technology. Of course, all this powered by a huge battery, 8800 milliamp battery. So this battery here, it will easily last you 2 days, maybe 3 days. Of course, it depends on your workflow, what apps you're using, how often you're using the tablet. So you won't find yourself in a situation where midday, for example, you will run out of battery, because again, the battery is huge and it charges as well. It has a supercharge technology that comes with the charger in the box. So again, we're offering full package for affordable price. I believe you've seen the price already. So that here you're getting the full experience for affordable amount of money that will allow more people to be able to share their ideas, to be creative and create. Right? That's the main thing. So that's the Matepad 11.5S. It comes with a great display, paper matte technology, high refresh rate, high resolution, big battery, immersive sound experience. It comes with special apps like Go Paint and Huawei Notes. The storage for this tablet will be 256 GB with 8 GB of RAM. And that's pretty much it for the Matepad 11.5S. Any questions?
How about talk about the camera?
So the camera here, you have at the back camera is 13 megapixel and the front camera is 8 megapixel. So for all meeting purposes, of course, most of the people wouldn't hold the tablet to take photos unless you are into it, right? But yeah, so the camera is there if you need it, but the 8 megapixel camera, that will take like a full HD. So it will be more than enough for meetings or classes, like online classes. Any other questions?
Do you have any USB port to download something?
So you have the USB-C. So this USB-C, it's a multiple functions USB-C. It can charge, it can transfer data, it can even transfer audio. Like for example, if you want to connect it to external monitor, it can connect via USB-C. Any other questions?
Just a clarification. In the Huawei Notes, when you're writing, you can actually write at the same time and record at the same time, is it?
Yes.
Does it do speech to text also?
No, not speech to text, but let's say, for example, you are... So let me show you what I mean here. That's a very good question, right? So let's say, for example, I am recording a note while I am I'm taking text, right? Or I'm writing a text. So let me choose another. All right, so I'm going to open the recording here. So now it's recording everything I'm saying. But at the same time, I also want to write some notes. So for example, I'm gonna say, hello, this is Matepad 11.5S. Okay, don't judge my handwriting. My handwriting is terrible, but you get the idea. So once I stop that file or that recording, when I replay it. Yeah, so now it's recording everything I'm saying. Record, but at the same time, I also want to write some notes. So for example, I'm gonna say, hello. So it's highlighting what you just wrote in the Matepad 11.5S. Okay. So for example, if you're recording a big lecture, like a long lecture, more than 1 hour, and you want to go to a certain part. From highlighting the text, the notes that you took, you will be able to pinpoint where you want to go exactly. Which is really a really unique feature, maybe for students, for people who take a lot of notes. I believe you guys also, when you go to a function, I used to do this job one day, right? You take like every statement matters, right? So that could be a tool. That could be something that you might benefit from in a different scenario. Could be a student, could be a journalist, could be so many things. Good question, thank you. Any other questions? Any other questions?
All right.
Yes.
So let's say if a student use one of those and it's like a 2-hour lecture, so it records all the voice that we're recording, right?
Yeah.
So how many storage does this take?
So you have 256 gigabytes of storage here. Let's say if that records at 320 kbps, for example, or like high quality MP3 file, right? I would say maybe 100 to 100 megabytes, the sound only. And of course you can extract this as a voice note. So like if you go here, there is extracting the file, export here. You can export the file itself as an audio file.
So what's the range of the voice recorder? Let's say you're in a lecture room and you're trying to write and record at the same time. Okay. What's the distance?
Well, the distance, I would say you have to put it close, or you sit close to the person. It will capture, of course, everything that's happening in the room, because after all, it has like 3 microphones, right? So I would say, if you want the voice as clear as possible, you need to sit near to the audio source. But otherwise, it will capture everything. But if someone's shouting next to you, of course, it will capture also who's shouting next to you. It has like an AI algorithm, of course, to isolate. But again, being close to the sound source, that's always the best practice.
Like if for example, like I'm connecting an external device to the iPad, and the person is like 30-40 meters away, does the external device
So it
work?
depends. Like if that person 30 meters away has a microphone, it will capture it definitely. Yeah. If you want to use external microphone, you could do that as well. So for example, the microphone that you're using, I believe that's Rode microphone.
Similar.
Okay. So that microphone, if you want to connect it to the tablet and connect the other one to the person, I understand maybe the scenario you would put it on someone that you're trying to capture a statement. You could do it this way, yeah. So for example, a conference, press conference, we have a lot of politics press conferences here, right? So if you do it this way, you could that would be a good scenario to use that application for. Any other questions? Yes.
Hi. So specifically for the app Paint, does it have a feature where it records your drawing in a time lapse?
Yes. So after we're done with that, we will show you. So after Max is done, we can show you the time lapse. So the time lapse. Yeah, we will show. It has a time lapse definitely. So it will take a time lapse of the whole process and in a small video.
Okay.
Yeah, here you go.
And you can see the time lapse right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So while Ahmed was doing the presentation, Max was working out his live painting, and you can see the time lapse right now.
He'll be able to talk about the drawing as well.
I'm still drawing.
All right. So let's see if any more questions, and then we can. Yeah. Any more questions, guys? Very good questions today. I mean, better than the first session. Yeah. Any other questions? All right. I think the presentation is done. I think Max will cover something.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ahmed, for your presentation. So as you can see, this is our latest Matepad 11.5S. We are not just a smartphone brand. We also do tablets. And today we have Max, who is here with us, who is experiencing he started to experience this tablet and the GoPaint app like 1 week ago. I think it was 1 week ago.
Yeah.
And the first time he got this tablet on his hands with a GoPaint, it was as if he has been using it for years and years. It was natural, and he was starting, while we were having a meeting, he was already starting to draw and feel like it was natural for him. So Max, can you please come and introduce yourself and talk about your experience?
Well, hi everyone, I'm Max. I'm an artist from Mauritius. I studied fashion design, and then now I practice drawing. I do my exhibitions, photography, and I studied animation last year and digital drawing. Oh, perfect. Yeah. So yeah, it's been a great experience working with Matepad. It's because the thing with digital painting is you're allowed to make mistakes. I drew all my life since my childhood, but I started painting 4 years ago. But the only issue is making mistakes. I feel like having drawn all my life, I have no fear of drawing, but still have some fears in terms of paintings. And I feel like digital painting is kind of helps me work on compositions and allow myself to make mistakes. Because on the app, you can redo and undo infinitely. So there's not really a place to make mistakes in a way. So yeah, it's very fun to like go in the details, use different brush. I can mix acrylic with oil paint, watercolor. I get different textures. So it's been a great experience just getting into digital art and animation myself. So I just want to thank the Huawei team and the ODCS team. They've been very sweet. Yeah, it was really fun. Even on the first day, I just loved it. Just drawing on the TV, drawing on the Matepad. So yeah, it's been great. If you have any questions for me.
À savoir que Max a host masterclass ce matin?
Ce matin, this morning we had a masterclass with design students. We have CTI University, UOM,
Academy of Design and Innovation.
Academy of Design and MGI. And this morning he held a masterclass about digital art. It was really fun because the students were trying also to draw and listening to his experience, personal experience. So can you talk a little bit about the experience this morning?
Oh, it was amazing just to like share my. This thing with me is I always forget what I did before because I always try to be present. So yeah, seeing like when Naresh asked me to like present something, I went through all my old works, and it was quite crazy to see like the amount of work I've done throughout those years. It almost feels like I didn't do it. Imposter syndrome, which is fine, but yeah, it's been great sharing and drawing with everyone.
And this transition between traditional art, like you said, paper, and like now you're on a tablet, it's like you have, it's unlimited, whatever colors, whatever drawings. Because when I was watching at your design, it started and then in the back, you know, so easy to do when you draw, you cannot do that. And adding colors and then undo, redo, adding things.
But it's this thing with layers as well. I feel like working in layers is so nice because you can make something go at the back, go in front quite easily. Whereas, well, I love traditional painting, but I don't have the luxury of making mistakes in it because working on traditional painting, you have to think beforehand. Whereas for this one, I can experiment. I can see. So even to prep for my paintings, I use like, let me show you. I did this one to work on cubes, so I was working on like different compositions, trying things. And my friends and I had a lot of fun this weekend because we're playing with this feature. This is what my friends did this weekend. We did this, and it was just so much fun. Just like playing with geometry, just like doing this. And I had friends who spent like 2 hours on it each. So it wasn't just one friend, it was like 3 friends. And it was really nice to see people just like having fun, because I feel like that's something that people don't allow themselves to do, because we always try to take things too seriously. So it's nice to see people who never dared to draw, try things and see that they can do things with different features. So this one is a mirroring feature where it allows you to make like kaleidoscope effects. And it's really nice. You could spend hours just having fun making beautiful geometry with this. So this is fun to play with friends. There's also the features of the time lapse, which you saw, which I'm showing you. And these are ones that I did, ones that I tried. This is for fashion design, where I was like trying to like, it's good for fashion students as well, because you can do quick drawings to like for styling. This is the one that I printed this morning, which was really great. This is the mirroring effect, which you can do. So let me show you. You can do a mirror effect here. If you add the feature, which is here. Allora, sorry, here you go. It's here. Open this, and then have the symmetry. Then you can do like a mirror effect, which is really fun. So add one layer and have fun with the eyes. There you go. So yes, I feel like it's really fun for people to like who wants to start drawing to really try with this, because hang on, like you just gotta play with it. You don't have to try canvas. It's good to start. It was good to do like animations and everything, which is good. So let's have fun. Here we go. And you can fill this up. Fill this up. You have to do a new layer. So yeah, if you have any questions, do let me know. But it's a lot of fun. There you go. Do this. Add this.
But adding over what Max said, I think I'm personally not an artist, but the reaction of everyone testing the GoPaint app is you start to draw and you have like taking your time to draw. Even if you don't know how to draw, you want to try it, and you spend a lot of time just rushing. So this GoPaint app, the tagline is unleash your creativity, and I think that everyone is an artist. We just don't know how to communicate our art. Some people dance very well. Some people draw. Some people dance also, from a free person I am seeing over there. But it's different kind of art. Like, you're a graphic designer? No? You're a graphic designer? How do you draw? Usually you use a PC, you use a PC, but have you tried drawing on a tablet? Like, not yet. And what would be like? Are you limited on your PC when you draw?
Yes, in terms of curves, if you want to draw curves, it's not
Okay, okay. And we have photographers also. Would you try drawing something, or maybe you can use your apps also? Pictures can be how do you say, amended or
Correctly.
correct? Yeah, like you say. We have also Deshria, who is a graphic designer working at Huawei. She uses a lot of design also. What is your experience, Deshria?
Very good.
Good. Any questions about the presentation? No, I think it's done. Yeah.
Sorry, another question. While you were drawing, I saw you were selecting a selected area, so it doesn't.
Yeah. So this
show
feature.
that quickly?
So for example, I want to draw only on the hair.
Yeah.
I would select only the hair, which is a freehand tool down there, and then you choose the hair, and then anything you draw, don't go outside of this selection tool. So I create a new layer, and then I can just have fun, or with a new layer over the hair, and it doesn't go beyond the hair, which is quite fun because then you can have fun doing flowers, which is great. I like that feature. Yeah, it's great. But if I have something to say, I would say I feel like everyone is an artist. I don't think you're born an artist, to be honest. I think you just have to be sensitive, and I feel like inventing Max and having I really think digital painting can help the world in a way that about mistakes, like I said, because the only thing that's stopping you from expressing and being an artist is shame. And I feel like digital painting, if you think about it, it allows you to make mistakes. And I think that's the most important point, because you can play with features, you can play with textures. For example, on here, I can add a texture effect. So if I want, I can add a paper effect. So when I do prints, so let me show you. Here you go. I take for example, I want to draw on a leaf. So I take this leaf, which is a paper, I bring it here. Well, to be honest, I have to put the drawing. So here, I do multiply, and then I can take this drawing, and I bring it in the leaf. See, well, maybe I won't use a leaf. I'll use like a proper paper. Allora, let me show you. So you see the leaf. I'll take a paper texture. Here you go. Watch my paper. I'll bring this here, and then I multiply it. So if you practice and you get like different ways of making your drawings work better. For example, this one, if you zoom in, there's a texture of a paper on there. So even for printing and even for like make different effects, this is like a great way to try things. Like different new papers, try different brushes, try different colors. At the end, you can even play with the colors. So I can change the colors and the opacity and the contrast. As you can see, I can play with the colors, try different colors. What I usually do is remove you can even Gaussian blur to add effect. So if I want like a blurred flower over there, I can just add like a flower here. Let me show you. Because like in painting, if you put like blurry, it means like it's close to the lens. So you can have fun. Sorry, this is here you go. I just add like a flower here with a green thing, and then I blur it. Here you go. These are different effects. You can do makeup with this. I feel like it's good. That's what possibilities for many students.
I think most of you guys want to try it. So what we're going to do, if you have some questions for Max, you can ask now about his experience on the GoPaint app and on the Huawei Matepad 1145S. Or else we can move to the next room over there. So you guys can try and unleash your creativity and try drawing something for us. Thank you very much. Thank you, Max.
Thank you.
If you have any questions. Thank you.